Here we go. Okay. All right. So you're probably already on your backs. And just open into a savasana pose. And then just stay here for a moment and breathe. That's it. Just breathe. Just bring awareness to your breath. So we're just going to allow our bodies to settle, mind, body, as well as the physical body, so that we can become more aware of the different parts of our body, just kind of slowing it down, slowing it down. Now, first of all, I want you to feel your wing bones, your scapula, those big triangular bones on either side, kind of flat bones on either side of your back. Just let your wing bones get really heavy and drop down towards your mat. Belly keeps rising and falling with your breath, keeping it smooth and long. All right, now what I want you to do is bring your awareness to your chest center. Center of your chest, more or less. And as you breathe, notice how the chest, as well as the belly, gently rises and falls. Now, when your chest falls down towards your mat, create a nice deep opening at that space between your shoulder blades. So just get it really loose and really heavy and try to stay there with your awareness. So you'll notice that the chest is rising and falling right above that area. So when the chest drops with your exhale, bring the relaxation downward toward the earth. Let it open the space between your shoulder blades even more. Now, when I say open, I don't mean physically, like if I measured it, it would be, wider. I'm talking about internally. Allow that space to just release. Now, gently turn your head from right to left, really slow and gentle here. As you do this, be aware of a nice, deep, soft, full breath. Keep the shoulders really relaxed. Now bring your head to center. Bring your legs together, hip distance or closer, and parallel. Okay, so the feet are directed up towards your ceiling. Flex the right foot, bring the right leg up to the ceiling. Feel the right lower back firmly pressing down into the mat. Flex your right heel up to the ceiling and the toes toward your shin to get an opening in the hamstring. Right? Back right thigh. Now take your arms up to the ceiling. Take them down, grab right above the knee at the lower thigh. Bend your elbows to the sides and bring that leg a little closer. Moving into the lower back and more deeply into your hamstrings. Soften your shoulders. Notice your belly rise and fall here. Release your hands, bringing them to the ground. Slowly bring that leg down. Push through a flexed heel. When the heel drops into the ground, soften that leg, flex the other heel. Remember, get those toes toward the shin and then slowly bring that leg up. Really slowly push through the heel, keeping the leg long all the way up. Arms come up, get behind the leg, right? Lower part of the thigh, just above the knee, bend the elbows, get the leg closer. Soften your shoulders. Breathe into that opening that you've created in the back of your left thigh. And if you really go inside, you may even feel it all the way up into the hip, possibly even moving up into the lower back, maybe. Keep the shoulders soft. Press a little more. And let that leg to the ground. Open the arms, palms are up. Let the left heel hit the ground and just soften here. Okay, bend your knees. Take your feet into the mat, parallel, hip distance approximately. Now, 3 points on the bottom of both your feet. You know what those are, right, everyone? Large ball mound, small ball mound heel. Get the toes up, spread them apart, press into those 3 points in both feet. Okay, now pull your belly down. Look at how much you're working, just pushing into your feet. Press your belly down, lift your tailbone just a little bit, keep the toes lifted, just a little, lift that tailbone. Isn't that a nice release? Yeah, it's just a little pelvic tilt that really drives into the lower back here. Now, toes drop to the ground, release the hip, release the abdominals. Scoot your heels just a few, maybe a centimeter closer to your butt. Turn your palms down. Bring them a little closer to your body, but still definitely off your mat. Chin to the chest. Okay, pick up the hips. Just go to the mid back. Don't lift any more than the mid back. So now you feel that pressure between your shoulder blades. Press down into that. You're going to need to use your core. Press into that, keeping the arms relaxed. Keep pressing into that mid back as you lift your hips a little higher. Now press down into both feet. We got the glutes, we got the thighs, we have some abdominals, and we're getting this nice pressure and opening in the mid back. Slowly bring the spine down, knees to the chest, give yourself a nice big hug. Bring your feet down in the same position, more or less, palms down. Bring your arms just a little closer to the mat, still outside the mat. All right. Now, lift the hips and only the hips. Press into the feet. Aim your tailbone toward the knees. Notice how that tucks the pelvis upward and also uses the glutes. Now we're going to roll up and we're going to go past the mid-back. Past the mid-back. We're going to do a full-on bridge here. Now, if you want to get your bridge higher, you can scooch those scapula, those wing bones toward one another, and that'll bring the arms in. Now, lower and lift. Lower and lift. Listen, you're holding a pillow between your thighs. Your thighs are rolled inward toward one another. There's still a space, but they're steady. Lift and lower. And move those shoulder blades aside. If you brought them together, we're coming down one little vertebrae bone at a time. Feel it. One at a time, one at a time. And then finally that lower back and the sacrum touches the floor. Now bring your knees to your chest for this nice counter pose, opening up your lower back with this. All right. Hey, we might as well get the core while we're here. You know what? Let's just circle our feet in this position and just make some circles to get at the ankles and the feet and reverse. Nice, nice, nice. All right, now knees over your hips, grab underneath your thighs. Okay, underneath your thighs. Elbows come out to the sides, pull your navel down, lift your chest and your face toward the ceiling. Now straighten your arms and straighten your legs. Modified boat pose. Now bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten and hold. Now listen up. Don't keep your back straight. Roll your chin toward your chest and let your upper back and your mid back open here. So round it. And bring everything back down. Knees are over the hips here. Take your hands up to the ceiling, intertwine your fingers, scoop your hands under your head, open those elbows nice and wide and feel the shoulders open up for you. Draw the navel down, lift the face and the chest toward the ceiling, send the right leg out and the left knee in, flex the right heel, other side, flex the left heel, other side, right? Okay, you got it. Start walking it up toward the ceiling. So remember, if you cannot lift your head and your chest up, that's okay. You can have your head to the ground. Now bring it back down again, slow and controlled. Hold the right knee in, send the left heel out. Lift a little higher. So you do want to lift for this one because we're going to twist here to get the obliques. Turn your torso toward that right leg. Now pulse, pulse, pulse. And you're going to feel this. You're going to feel this on the left side of your abdomen, your obliques. Press, press and hold, hold, pulse at the top, just at the top. Tight, tight, tight. Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel that contraction. And back to center. Switch legs. Switch again. One more time. Left knee is up, right knee away from you. Lift a little higher. Turn your torso toward that left leg this time. And here we go. Side to the side, to the side. Remember, you're turning your torso, turning your torso. Stay at the top and pulse, 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 and hold. Bring it back to center. Both knees come in, send both legs out, in and out. Remember, for this one, if you want your head to the ground, you can do that. Otherwise, keep the head and the upper back slightly lifted. In, bring them in. When those knees come in, let it out. Exhale. Hold it at the top and pulse, 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 and hold, hold, lift it more, 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 hold it, little tiny pulses right at the top. Crunch, feel it, upper and lower abdominals, feel it. Nice. Okay, straighten the right leg, turn it to the left, bicycle. Full bicycles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, knees to the chest. Oh, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. All right. So a really good one for the mid back is a shoulder stand. All right. So with a shoulder stand, I'm just going to take my jacket off. Heat it up already. Okay. So with a shoulder stand, what I do is I cross at my feet. You know how we roll up and down the spine? But one of those times when the feet come up to the ceiling, bring them all the way up with the hips. Bring your hands behind your hips. Okay, if you don't like a shoulder stand,
Just put your back on the ground and bring your legs up to the ceiling. That's still a wonderful thing for the legs. All right, now you'll notice if you're in shoulder stand that space between your scapula is open really wide. All right, take the right foot up and over your head. Hold it there. Feel the back of the right leg open up. Bring the right leg up to the left. Left leg comes down this time. Back of the left leg, feel it. Now bring the leg back up. And you can either do jackknife, bringing the legs close to you, both of them, or a full plow, bringing the toes to the ground. You can even bend your knees next to your ears for the deaf man's pose. And slowly, we're going to roll out of this. Wherever you are, just really kind of use your hands into your hips to slow it down and bring it down one vertebrae at a time. Bend your knees, place your feet to the ground. Move your feet on either side of your mat. Take your knees together, hold them together here. Now, when I say either side of the mat, you probably can have like your big toe and your large ball mound on your mat. So you don't want to be too spread apart with the legs. Now, pull your navel down and just lift your hips just a little bit as you squeeze your legs together. Bring it down with the hips, lift it up again and squeeze. Point those knees away from you. And down one more time. Squeeze and press. And release. All right. So now what we're going to do, just like we got up into shoulder stand, grab underneath your thighs. I'm intertwining my fingers actually, so my hands are together. Now you flick your feet up to the ground. And when you come up, don't let your feet touch the ground. Use your core to hold you. Lift it up. Use your core. And it's okay if your feet touch the ground, just pick them up after they do. Up and here. Now, grab the bottoms of your thighs, one hand on each thigh. Straighten your legs with flexed heels. Straighten your arms. And release. Okay, come into easy pose. And just hang out here for a moment. All right, normally we start in easy pose, so let's kind of mix it up a little bit here. All right, now grab a hold, hands on the knees, but don't push into your knees hard, okay? They're just kind of there. If you don't want to put them there, put where could you go? Maybe the shins. Okay, now straighten your arms. I'm going to go sideways so you can see this. We're going to open the mid back with this. So straighten your arms, roll your chin to the chest, pull your navel back and round as much as you can. Now really send the shoulder blades back. All right, and then hang onto your legs and drop your head. Now bend your elbows, bring your chest forward, lift your head, squeeze your elbows in toward your body. So we've got a little chest lift. So can you tell how that's squeezing that mid back together? Those rhomboid muscles. Okay, now straighten, round. Bend the elbows to come up, push the chest forward, look up at the ceiling, and release. All right. Well, let's bring it to table pose. Spreading out those fingers. Middle finger, make a line to the top of your mat, should be making a nice T, nice perpendicular line with the top of your mat. Okay, press into every one of your fingers and the outsides of your palms, and suction cup your palms. So it's like you're squeezing everything towards center. Now lift your belly. Look back at your legs. Make sure your knees are dropped under your hips. Get your back nice and straight. Okay, neck is part of the equation, right? The neck is right up from the spine all the way to the skull. So you're looking straight down at the mat. Bend your elbows back and lift your tail, drop your udders, lift from the crown of your head. Really send your heart forward between your biceps. Bend your elbows back a little bit. Press into those hands. Now round it into cat pose. Press into the hands in cat pose to keep the arms long. Feel a nice release in the neck here. Really let the skull get heavy. Let the neck muscles totally relax. Back into a cow pose, everyone. Widen those hips and lift them behind you. Lift and press the heart center forward. And another cat. And another cow. And bring it back. Take the knees out to the sides of your mat. Bring your big toes together. Send your hips all the way back. Round them. Round the hips a little bit back there to open the lower back. Now slide or walk your hands forward. And then feel the front body start to come close to your mat. Feel the spine. Get a beautiful stretch. Drop your forehead. Walk your hands back towards you, take the knees in, come back into a table pose. Thread the needle, we're going to take the right arm up, behind the left wrist, right palm is up, drop into the right shoulder. All right. All right, so we're going to release all around the scapula. Do you notice how the right wing bone is beneath you? Okay, so of course the mid-back is usually sore when those muscles between those two scapula are overly contracted. So we're opening them here. Now rearrange that left hand or arm in a place where it has nothing to do with this pose. It's just kind of hanging out. And if you want to get fancy, you can bring that arm up. You can even bind. Really drop into that right. Let the right shoulder soften. And left palm in front of your head. Lift it up. We're going to take it to the other side. Left arm comes up. Swing it through and back. I'm just coming closer because then it's going to make it's going to increase the lighting there. Okay. All right, so you got the left arm through. Thread the needle. So now you're down into that left scapula, that left wing bone. Oh, all the muscles around it. And if you want to, you can lift the right arm. You can even bind it. None of that is necessary, though. Just release into the left. Take the right hand in front of your face. Straighten the arm to press up. And back into the table pose. Curl your toes. Press into your toe pads. Now listen, we're not lifting up yet. Hands are nice and open. Fingers are spread apart. That middle finger's lined up to the top of your mat. Now listen, look back at your knees. Pick up your belly. Press into the toes. I want you to lift the knees just a couple inches off the ground as you press deeply, deeply into your mat. Deep, 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 deep. Those of you who want more, take the right knee to the right elbow. Send the leg back straight. Right knee, elbow straight behind you. Put it down, other side, left. Now, for those of you who are tired of being here, just go up into your down dog because we're going to be there really soon. Press into the hands, everyone. And come down, lift the hips, down dog. All right. All right. Can you feel your palms? Press them deeply into the mat and then try to slide them forward. They're not going to move, but just as if you want to slide forward, and then that brings your chest back. Now come up onto your tippy toes. Now bend your knees and push your hips back. Now drop the heels. Bend the right knee. Now the left knee. Right and left. Okay, both heels come back. Listen, I'm going to show you how to wag your tail if you haven't done it yet. Lift your belly and lift your hips. Way up towards your ceiling. Press your chest back. Okay, now listen. Swing your hips to the right and the left and the right. You're going to feel this in the legs. And the left. Right? See? Wag, wag, wag. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, bring it back to center, release it. Glide forward with your body until your shoulders are over your wrists. Now walk your feet back to look for a plank pose. If you need to bend your knees and put them into the mat and do a half plank, that's fine. Press into the hands again to keep the shoulders and the chest activated and open. Press the heels back. Drop your knees into your mat, pick up your feet, cross at your ankles. We haven't done this for a while. Okay, look straight down at your mat because you want the neck to be in alignment with the rest of the spine. Bend your elbows back, keep pressing your hands into your mat and just hold it. Hold it. Squeeze those elbows in. Straighten the arms and bend, elbows straight back, everyone, and straighten and bend and straighten. Unlock at the ankles, curl your toes, lift up, walk your feet a little forward, look for your dog again. Take your left foot in towards center line, right leg lifts up to the ceiling, drop that left heel. All right. Ooh, yeah. Listen, don't turn your hips to the right yet. They're facing the mat. Lift that right heel some more. Now turn your hips to the right. Lift the leg a little higher and just pulse that right ankle up toward the ceiling. Keep the leg long. Can you feel it? You get it in the right glutes and the left inner thigh. A twofer. Lift it a little higher. Keep that navel pulled back. Bend the knee. Open the hips some more. Now straighten out leg. Now bend the knee and straighten. You're really twisted. Press deeply into your left hand, everyone. Keep that left shoulder open, strong, and safe. Bend and straighten. Now turn your hips toward the mat. Look forward. Right foot comes forward between your legs, or between your hands. I hit my foot on that plant, so I got kind of messed up. Okay, check it out. Knee over your ankle. Shimmy the left toes back to look for a lot of space. Now, look to see that the left foot is on a different track than the right, even if it's a narrow track, even if they're close. Now, press that left heel back, drop the thigh toward the ground, but don't bend the knee, and look forward, lifting your torso. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Drop the left knee gently and the top of the left foot. Swing the right arm over, Move the left arm over as well. Check out your right knee. Make sure it's still over your ankle. All right. Now press your hips forward from here. So you're just kind of pushing forward to get that left hip flexor. If you want more, go down on the elbows and you can clasp your hands for support. And if you want to get even a little more, curl your left toes, lift that knee off the ground, and then just rock forward and back. Forward, back for lizard pose. Drop the knee again. Come up onto your hands if you're on your elbows. Swing that right arm around. Get everything nice and in place again. Feel the left toes curled. Press into the toe pads until you feel your thigh ignite. Now squeeze your left butt cheek. Oh, a lot going on. Now press into your right foot. Begin to straighten that leg. We're coming into pyramid pose. Left heel reaches way back. Walk your hands back. Fingertips facing forward. Bend your elbows to drop your forehead toward your shin. Now lift your torso, come up to your fingertips, lift that right foot on the ground, press the heel into the mat, and press the back of that leg, that right leg, toward your mat. Okay, listen up. Drop the right foot. Take the right hand over the foot. Walk both hands to the sides of your mat. Swivel so that you're facing the side. Feet are toed in or straight ahead. We're going to invert from here. All right, nice inversion. Oh, let it go. Feel how this softens your jaw and your neck. Eyeballs, forehead. Now listen up, don't pronate with the feet. In other words, don't press into the instep. Instead, press toward the outer edges of the feet. Keep the inner ankle lifted and keep that arch in your foot. Palms into the ground, straighten the arms. We're going to come forward for a wide dog. All right, fall between your biceps, press your heart back. This is a good one for the mid-back too, by the way. Can you feel how it softens here? Bend the elbows a little bit, press the heart back. And of course, the backs of the legs get a beautiful stretch. Glide forward. Walk your hands back to the mat. Look at your right foot. Swivel it to the front of your mat. Look at your back foot. Turn it out about 45 degrees. Make sure it's on a different track. Come on up, warrior one. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Squeeze the left butt cheek. Press into both feet. Let the torso drop within the space. Turn your palms forward, bend your elbows to the sides, squeeze your shoulder blades together. There's that mid-back, chest opener. Lift your face toward the ceiling and your chest. Listen up. Keep this back bend, just straighten both arms toward the ground. Now bring your torso forward. Now swing your arms forward here. Take your hands in a mudra, namaste mudra, with the thumbs locked. Really straighten those arms and press them forward. As you're pressing forward to your fingertips, you're pressing back into the outer edge of that left foot. Now bring it up into the warrior one with the mudra overhead. Take the mudra to your heart center, lift your elbows, press your palms together, drop your shoulders. I want you to press your hands together so hard that you feel your shoulders and your chest ignite. Okay, now turn your belly button to the right and then to the left and then to the right and to the left and pulse it to the left. Press into your feet, Make sure that right knee is staying over your ankle. You're going to feel this in your right inner thigh if it is. Twist, twist, twist. Back to center, lift it up, bring the right arm forward, let it land inside that right thigh, press the hand into the thigh and the thigh into the hand. If you are doing this, you're going to feel your right glutes light up. Now squeeze your left glutes. Now lift that left arm as high as you can, unlock the waist, turn as that arm comes behind you. Lift the right arm and you're in warrior two. Rotate the right palm up. Drop the left arm as the right arm comes over. Back to warrior two. Reach out into your drishti. Let's hang out right here, right here, right here. Press into the right foot. Press into the left foot. Reach out a little more. And a little more, soften your shoulders. Drop that right arm inside of the leg, lift the left arm, turn your torso to the left. Those of you who want to bind here can put a bind in. Release the bind. Left arm over the head, intense side stretch. Let's feel it. Press into the outer edge of your left foot, draw your navel back, and take your rib cage away from your left hip. Yeah. Okay, now you got a lot of energy going up and down the left side. Cartwheel up. Warrior two. Straighten the right leg. We're making a triangle beneath us, hence triangle pose. Turn your hips to the left, draw your navel back, reach out toward your right fingertips, drop the right hand. So you can you can get the shin, or you can just have the top of the hand inside the leg. It's up to you. Lift that left arm. Look down at your right foot, bend the knee. Take the left arm over your ear, turn your torso toward the mat, lift the right arm, and you're coming back up, warrior one. Come forward. All right, pigeon pose. Make sure that those back toes are facing forward. Remember, if you do pigeon on your back, you want that right ankle at the top of the left thigh. Okay, remember everyone, level, level, level before you come down. All right, so stay in here, stay in your body. Feel this. Notice the movement of your belly beneath you. Just take it all in, observe it all. And if you float out of your body into your mind body, into your thoughts, that is okay. Just take it back in. Take it back in your body. Be present within your body. Embodiment, that's called embodiment, when your mind is squarely within your body. By squarely, I just mean it's in there. It can be anywhere within the body. All right, slowly come up, swing that left leg forward, right knee out to the side. Remember how to line up that left leg with the hip. Use your x-ray vision. Get the thigh bone coming straight out. Press the right knee down, and then slowly come over that left leg. And bringing it up. Take that right knee to the ceiling. We need to get a spinal twist in tonight. All right, clasp over the shin. Elbows are bent. Okay, now press your front body forward, but keep your shoulders down. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can feel this, but this is a really nice strengthener for the mid back. Press forward, press forward, press forward. You feel that? Not only the mid back, the entire spine. All right, now keep that right leg where it is. Just wrap your left arm around it. Keep your torso facing forward. Just get those left fingertips behind you because we're going to twist. Draw the navel back, lift from the crown of your head, turn your navel to the right as you draw that right knee toward you, toward midline. All right, huge stretch here. Okay, so when we're on our back, we don't twist this deeply. We're getting pretty much the whole spine here. Okay, now you're so twisted that you've created a lot of resistance in the body, right? Press that breath all the way down to the pit of your belly. Feel your belly move here. Takes a little work. Exhale through the mouth. Now you'll notice when you exhale, you're given the opportunity to twist some more because the exhale releases a lot of tension. Try twisting only if it feels safe for you. Try twisting just a little more with the exhale. Wring it out, wring out that spine. And release back to center. Drop the right knee, send the left leg back, palms into the mat under your shoulders, lift your hips, send the right leg back, down dog, find it. Oh. All right. Take the right foot in just off center, lift the left leg, drop your right heel. Spread those fingers apart, press into the mat, and really drive your chest back. Hips are facing the mat. Left heel is flexed, working its way up to the ceiling. Press your chest back, 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 back. There should be almost no pressure in your wrists if you're really pressing back a lot. Now open your hips to the left. Lift that left ankle to the ceiling. Feel the right inner thigh open up. Lift it a little higher. And now pulse it. A nice pulse up at the ceiling. Belly's pulled back. Nice and strong and controlled here, everyone. Lift a little higher. Bend the knee. Take the foot back a bit. Now straighten the leg again. And then bend and straighten. Now, feel how you really want to push into your right hand to keep that right shoulder strong and supportive, right? If you didn't, if you got lazy and didn't push into that right hand, you'd have a lot of weight dropped into your right shoulder. All right, straighten that leg, hips facing the mat, look forward. Left foot comes forward between your hands. Knee is over the ankle. Shimmy the right toes back. They're facing forward. Okay. Getting the hip flexor here. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Drop your thigh toward the ground, but keep pushing the right heel back. You're not bending. You're not bending. You're dropping that leg without bending it. Now send your hips slightly forward as you look forward and press your chest forward. So you're getting it in the right hip flexor and in the right quads, those big muscles in the front of your right thigh. Drop your right knee gently, top of your foot gently. Come to the fingertips, straighten up the torso, push forward some more. Send that left arm over your knee, walk your hands over, check out your left knee. Put your hands in a position where the left knee can stay over, right over the left ankle. Push it forward some more. Those of you who want even more can get down onto your elbows. Those of you who want even more can curl the back toes and lift that knee off the ground. And if you want even more, you can begin rocking forward and back. So you go forward with the head, back with the heel. Just kind of rock forward and back with your body. Next time the body goes back on a rock, drop the knee, top of the foot, come up off your elbows if you're on them, swing the left arm over, get everything lined up here. Press deeply into that left foot, curl the left toes, lift the left knee. We're going to pyramid, so straighten the front leg, walk your hands back. Drop that right heel. I want you to really get a nice opening in the right calf muscles. Okay, bend the elbows, and that way you can just bow down over this. There's the hamstrings again. Now come to your fingertips, pick up your toes and dig your heel in. Pull your navel back towards your spine. Press your right heel toward the back of your mat or whatever edge that is. I turn around a lot. Okay, drop your left foot. Left knee comes over the ankle. Turn your right foot out. Come on up, warrior one. All right, get a strong base, everyone. Squeeze that right butt cheek and press into both feet. Fire up your legs. Turn your palms forward. Bend your elbows, cactus arms. Take your elbows back as you lift your heart to the ceiling. Now straighten the arms here. Now look forward and bring your torso forward here. Now bring your arms forward into Namaste Mudra. Clasp thumbs. Squeeze the arms forward. Fingertips press forward just as much as that right heel presses back. Come on up. Bring your mudra to your heart. Uncross the thumbs. Press those hands into one another firmly. Shoulders and chest react. Lift the elbows. Pull your navel back. Take it to the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right. And let's just pulse it here. Pulse, pulse. Oh, do you feel that in your left inner thigh? Check out the left knee. Make sure it's still over the ankle. Nice, nice, nice. Bring it back to center. Open it up. Come forward here. Take your left arm down into your leg. Sorry if I'm changing this up a bit. Reach out with the right arm. Lift it up to the ceiling. Give yourself a bind if you're a binder. One arm or both. Release the bind. Bring that right arm over your ear. Cartwheel up to warrior two. Soften the shoulders. Look out at the drishti on the left middle finger. Turn that palm up to the ceiling. Push it up to the ceiling. Separate those fingers. Yeah. Now bring it up to the ceiling. Lose that back arm. Soften the right shoulder completely. Back to warrior two. Straighten the left knee. We're moving into triangle. Turn the hips to the right. Press into both feet. Squeeze your inner thighs together. I know you're not going to get them together, but get that feeling. Now reach out toward the left fingertips again. Drop the hand into the shin or in front of the leg. Right arm comes up. Look down at your left foot. Bend the knee. Lift up into warrior two. Then into warrior one. And then down to pigeon. Lifting up from pigeon, sending the right leg forward, left knee down to the side. All right, press that left knee down as you come over your right leg. And lift it up here. Okay, send both legs forward, side to side on your sitting bones. Now listen, I'll go sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm coming forward, but I'm scooching my butt back. And as I scooch my butt back, I get closer to my legs, okay? It's a really nice way to get into forward fold. So just seated forward fold, just drop down. Don't get hung up about a straight back. Just come down, open the backs of your legs, your lower back. Let your wing bones fall apart and your head drop. And slowly lift from that. Take your legs behind you. Table pose, curl your toes, lift up. Take it to the center of your mat. Okay, feet about hip distance apart. Bend your knees, drop your belly toward that opening in your thighs, or maybe even you might get deep enough to put it right between. Grab the backs of your ankles, drop your head. All right, bend your elbows, gently clasp. Now, I want you to feel how this separates your wing bones and stretches your mid-back. And then you can rock side to side if you want to. And back to center. Release your arms, swing your arms back. Inhale through the nose. We're going to waterfall. Exhale. Inhale. Three more. Really push out that stale air on the exhale through the mouth. One more. Stay down. Oh, yeah. Just flop, flop, flop. Okay. All right. Feel the soles of your feet and press them more deeply into the ground. Gently begin to come up. Keep pressing into the feet. Come to a mountain pose when you're at the top. Lift your shoulders up to the ears and then behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now drop them down and come back. Mountain pose. Bring your arms up and overhead. A mudra here. Lock at the thumbs. Pull your navel back. Send your tailbone south. And just gently come to one side and then to the other. Now, when you move with this faster than we usually do, right? We normally just stay on one side. You'll really notice how you have to use your core to do this. So your belly and your lower back muscles. Back to center and bring your hands into new Namaste Mudra at your heart and drop your forehead. Take a few breaths here. All right. And now bring it down. Face down. Crocodile. Feet toed in, everyone. Nice and relaxed here. Oh. All right. So your head is glued to the top hand. Lift your pubic bone, roll it to your belly button, send it down again. So your head is glued. It's not going to move off the hands. Lift your arms off the ground a bit. Now lift the legs. Now flutter kick the legs. Keep the legs really kind of like dead weight. Let the hips do the work. Okay, so don't point your toes or flex your heels. Keep the legs really relaxed. Now send the arms out to the sides, palms down. Now take the arms close to your body. You can lift your chest some more as you come into this locust pose. Look down at your mat, take the arms to the side, T position, bend the elbows. There's a spot for your head again. Drop down. Now, breathe deeply, press your belly into the mat because this is going to open your lower back. It's going to release your lower back. Now take your palms chest level, feet are still toed in. Lift your pubic bone again, roll it, hold it, just to get a nice stretch in that lower back. Now drop it. Legs are hip distance or closer. Definitely feet are toed in. Here we go, cobra. Take your time. Don't press into your hands much. Now, if you come all the way to the top, you can get your mid back here. So elbows are bent, draw them into your body, drop your shoulders. Press your heart center forward and squeeze your shoulder blades together. It's going to happen naturally. And release, come back down. Forehead touches the mat, come back up. Little twist at the top if you're feeling it tonight. And come back down slowly. Keep those elbows drawn in, keep the shoulders pushed down. Forehead touches the mat, then turn to one side, cheekbone resting into your mat. And then release your arms, side of your body, palms are up, elbows are bent. Get your arms in a position where the shoulders are super comfy. And then very slowly, turn your head in the opposite direction. And then take your palms, chest level, bring your head back to center, push up into a table pose. Okay, now curl your tail. Now listen, we're going to do something different. Send your tail straight back between your heels. Now come up. Now send your hips to the right and back. Come up. Now send your hips all the way to the left and back. Come up. Now send your hips all the way to the right and keep them there. And walk your paws to the left. Bend your elbows, drop down. Walk your hands back to center, lift up, table. Pick up your belly, curl your tail, send your tail to the left, all the way to the left and back as much as you can. Feel that nice opening. And Walk your paws to the right, drop your elbows and your head. Lift up. Take your hands to center, back in table pose, curl your tail, and now we're going to come back slowly. Drop down, release. And take a few more breaths there. If you're staying for Shavasana, you can flip it over. All right. Okay. Open up, open up, open up. Spread out arms, legs, palms up, feet toed out, chin to the chest, and sink back into your head. Now, listen, if you have something like that you could tuck under your neck here, or even a very small flat pillow, go for it. Not a big pillow though, because you really want your neck to be in a nice position. And if the pillow's too high, it throws off your neck. The other thing you can do easily is you can just roll a towel and use that as a neck roll. Now allow your entire back body to release and relax. Feel your front body move with your breath. Really soften across your upper back. Now, with your awareness, with your mind's eye, we're going to travel down the spine. So, starting at the neck, there's a curve there at the top of your spine. Your neck is very curved. Just let the curve of your neck be really soft and natural as the back of your head drops more deeply into the pillow or the mat. All right, now follow the spine or the middle of your body. Down from the neck to the mid back between your shoulder blades, and just soften that part of your back. Release that part of your spine. Feel your shoulder blades drop more deeply toward the earth. Now travel down to your lower back. Another nice big curve like your neck. And just feel your lower back soften, your buttocks soften. So you just let that curve be natural and soft like the neck. Notice your belly rising and falling. Every time the belly drops and you exhale, look for more comfort and space and ease in your lower back. Now feel that Softening in the buttocks muscles. Feel it at your pubic bone and groin. Feel it deep within your hips. So get your hips so relaxed and so open that the head of the femur, the thigh bone, can rest gently within the hip joints. Yeah, just let it happen on its own. It's really subtle, really deep. Feel a release of the muscles at the tops of your thighs, in your thigh bones themselves, and at the backs of your thighs. Huge, large, powerful muscles there. Let them settle. Let them get soft and warm. Moving down to your knees. Okay, those joints that move you. Walking, running, climbing stairs. Let the knees release. Deep, deep release within the knee joints. And then it feels like the kneecaps are just floating over the knees. Going down to the shin bones, release them, soften them. Let your calf muscles open and relax. Drop more deeply into your mat toward the earth. Your right foot. Start at the sole of the foot. Just feel the sole of your right foot. That's all, just the sole of the foot. Yeah, all those nerve endings. Let that spread to the top of your right foot and fill up your toes. Yeah, just let that energy really move through the right foot. Moving to the left foot, just the sole of the left foot. Now move that energy to the top of the foot and into the toes. Go back to your belly, rising and falling as you breathe. All right, soften up those shoulder joints. Just like the femur, the heads of the femur bones found their home within the hip joints, let your upper arm bones find a nice comfy place within the shoulder joints. Yeah, you just get out of the way. All you do is watch. All you do is notice. Notice how it feels. Now take that energy down both arms into those little elbow joints. And then feel the palm on your left hand. And then let that energy go to the top of the hand and into every one of the fingers. Take your awareness to the right palm. Fully feel that. And then let the energy move to the top of the hand and down into the fingers. And now feel where the back of your head is supported and drop more deeply into that spot. Feel all the muscles of your face release. And the skin of your face relax over the muscles. Soften your jaw, your lips and your tongue, the bridge of your nose, cheekbones, and your eyeballs. Yeah, feel those eyeballs. Let them relax. All right. And then there's your scalp and the muscles beneath your scalp. Just feel them soften over your rounded skull bone. Yeah, feel it soft. And then just behind your forehead, feel a release in the brain, the front part of your brain, the mid part of your brain, and way in the back, way at the base of your skull, your brainstem. Now feel the breath move through your body. Feel your inner peace. And in tonight's Shavasana, if you want to put a prayer or a sankalpa intention within this, something you desire, something that's forward, right? Forward moving and positive. Okay, so it's an energy, it's a potential. It doesn't mean it's going to naturally unfold exactly the way that you want it, but you're going to put it out there and something's bound to happen. Warm that seed with your heart. Exhale it with your next exhale. Now go back to your body. Experience it as one body. Thoughts and feelings within your body. Awareness within your body. Right? The union, the yoga, the yuga. This is it right here. This is what yoga is about. Few more nice, deep, smooth breaths. Slowly making your transition. Gently rolling to your right side. Slowly, deliberately bringing yourself to seated pose. And once you're in seated pose, opening up the arms, spread them out wide, palms are up, inhale overhead. Namaste Mudra to the heart. Namaste. Good to see everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, that's about it. Remember, if you ever have any questions, feel free to get a hold of me. And then also there's a new session that's coming up soon. I think I can't remember how many more weeks we have. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll next week I'll talk about that. But I think there's at least 2 or 3 more weeks. I'll figure it out. All right. Bye, everyone. You're welcome, Tom.